Hey, good morning, folks. AJ here. It is 6:19 a.m. Yes, I got here super early because I am not excited about getting up in the ceiling, but I am limited on the amount of time that I have today. So I wanted to get here a bit earlier so I can try and plow through and get some other stuff done. I forgot to bring the pledge. I can always bring that tomorrow. I have a meeting across town at 1, 2. I'll look at it here in a second. I have that. You got to do that. What I want to do today is get up in the ceiling. You know what? No, I'm not going to do that first. The first thing I'm going to do is, which I didn't get a chance to finish the other day, is take down the mount, put up Pastor's TV and the new mount that I got, and then put the front mounts for the TVs in the front. They asked me, I guess they had Bible study or something last night, so they want me to put this up as high as possible so that the cable extends, the power cable. But what I think I'm actually going to do is route the cable, the power, put one of those behind the TV power cable things there so that I can put it pretty high. So I'm gonna do that. But the main thing is to get the mounts and the TVs done and then focus on getting the cables in the ceiling. And I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue right now because they have another crawl space that's right outside of Pastor's office that leads right to behind where that wall is. So reaching the TVs, the camera, and the other cable that's going to go to his office, including the internet cable that I have on the floor right here. Hopefully we should be able to get up there fairly easily, and then we can check that out. So my other camera is in my bag, so I need to break that out so we can do the time lapses and stuff. But let's take this mount down, and this is going to be relocated inside the sanctuary, and then put the other one up for the for his TV. So let's do that. Alrighty, we got the TV up and need to tighten that. It's a little off, but got that up and ready to go up here. But good Lord, it is cold up there. I mean, you see I have my long sleeve on. I almost want to go back out in the car and get my pullover to go over top of that as well too. But let's get up here and let's see what we're working with. All right, it's not that bad up there, but the main problem is there was at least for the cable that's going into the pastor's office, they're subfloor. So the cables that they ran, they cut a hole in the subfloor, but then it takes like a 45-degree angle, so it's not directly lined up under that. So that may be a little problematic. Then there's also a firewall like halfway in between here. So I'm gonna need to open up a hole, then put some foam, fire retardant foam in there to get that through. And thankfully we got these grommets, and this is what I'm actually going to use to make my hole up there. So we'll take 2 of these, put on either side. And me hole saw, I go up there and make a hole and at least start pulling the cables for the camera, the TVs. Yeah, the cameras and the TV, that's pretty much the only thing that needs to come here. Then I need to mark up here where the studs are. I think that little dimple right there shows that that's where something is being screwed into. Need to measure that and then probably make a tiny pilot hole for my push rod so I can see where everything is. And I need to mark the stud of where this is gonna go. And then that will give me an idea of everything else. So let me go up here, climb back up in here, make this hole for me to pass through everything. And then once I get and have all the cables ran, come back, put the fire retardant foam in there so that that will stop any type of, to compensate for the compromise in the firewall that I just did, that I'll be doing here in a second. So, I don't know. I mean, I woke up at 4:30, and then I was like, let me just get up. And so I was wide awake, so I couldn't go to sleep. But then all of a sudden, now I'm getting tired. Anyway, hate when that happens. Anyway, let's get back up here. Alrighty, so punched a hole through there, and we're clearly through some insulation. So let's find where that is, and then we'll put about a 3/4 of an inch hole, or maybe I'll just do a 1 inch, and then I can get a grommet and cover that up, and that'll be enough for the Ethernet and the HDMI to run through. I don't know why I sat back thinking about making a different size hole. I got these grommets, so I just put that there. Cable is there. Let's drop the, I'm tired. Well, I was gonna drop the Ethernet on this side, but that's gonna make that difficult to pull. So drop the HDMI, pull everything else all the way through, and see where that goes to here, because I see the center, and we just got a countdown register. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We count down 5, and then we'll be on the other side of there. Alrighty, got the HDMI cable here. Ethernet, I actually was able to run. Actually, it's not that bad to go all the way down here. So I got all the way here, and I see where all the other cables are. So I got over to here, and as you can see, here's the Ethernet that's gonna run for the camera in the front. So I got more than enough slack for what I need. I am going to cut that cable up there, then pull another one that's going to be for the internet. So what I plan on doing is, I should be able to find that. I find that, I drop the cables into there, and that will be the one for the Ethernet that comes from Comcast. And then, since I'm on a roll, we're going to keep running all of the cables. I see where that is, so I need to come over some more for that. We're going to make a hole for that. So I got an idea of where this is going to be. I need to pull up the cables on either side for the speakers. Get over here to make a hole for that camera. And then figure out what I'm going to do for the shielded cable for those. Make a hole up here. Yeah, so we're doing good. We're doing good. Oh, man. Alrighty, so I still need to climb over here. Well, I was sitting back thinking, if they already have an HDMI cable ran here, I might not need to do that. I just need to find the other end of that one. That would save a trip. all of my stuff is literally right here. So we need to find a place to pass this through. Cameras in the center here. Drop that over. Oh. But we got all our cables here. I need to pull that one a little bit, but we got all of this here. So let's terminate a couple of cables. Make sure we get some power on that camera in the front, and then we go from there. Yay! We have our front camera. We only got one more camera to go. Let's log into the CMS app, set the IP address, set it up on the joystick, then knock out this last one. Well, not last one, I got two more because these cables are still on the floor, so I need to figure out the best way to get up in there and then tackle the side one. Alright, so I made a hole right here so that everything will go in here. What I think about doing is putting a hole on the other side of this wall and mounting the access point there. That would give more than enough coverage because the ladders that I have won't get me all the way up to the ceiling. So what I'll do, trying to think what would be the easiest way to do that, because I can't get onto that other side of that wall. I mean, the fact that I'm up here, I could run an entire another cable all the way back there and put the access point right. Well, I'm gonna have to do that anyway because I have to run another access point down here in the hallway. Because I think what I'm gonna do, the access point for like the offices and conference room and things like that, thinking about putting it right here. So I'm gonna have to run another cable back that way anyway. I could just cut that cable and that would be the one that I need, but I'm gonna have to run another cable anyway, so there's no point in me doing that. Because this one is going to have to come over here. Because I'm trying to think, I could see if I can come in that corner and bring it straight down and then come over here. And they already ran the cable into the office. I would put a plate on the wall and make it all nice and pretty, but I think I already have enough conduit. I can just run it straight down in that corner and run it over here, and that would be the feed that goes back there. Yeah, I think I'll do that and then find out where the placement is up here. So let's go up here real quick. So we're looking literally right here, and of course I can't get right there because it's the HVAC system. Yay! So I gotta figure out what is a good placement for where this is gonna go that I can get access to. Now I probably could get right in front of it and that would work. I might do that. I'll make a little hole real quick and then do my push rod, and if I can see it, then that's where it'll go. Yay! And then I still gotta run all the rest of this into pastor's office. But that is all the way connected to the HDMI splitter in the back. So technically, all of the TVs, except for the one in here, are ran with new cables. That's what I meant to do. I meant to find where that HDMI cable is. I hope they just didn't put it inside of here. Ah, they did. So that's how they have these ran into here. So I am gonna have to run another cable. Well, my cable has to go back. So we got one more TV. Now I guess to save, I could put that access point over here, and then I don't have to worry about running all the way back there, because I'll be on this side, because here's the hole right here. If I get like just relatively right here, that would be more than enough from here. Well, that's probably be too close to the one that I put back here. We're gonna have to put it down there just for good coverage. So let me get my push rod, find a place for this cable, and then get to climb it again. Alrighty, got the access point here hung. Very nice. Now we just gotta walk it back. I did put some cables right at the firewall, so hopefully should just be able to pull that, and I left enough slack so that I can get to, I mean, I got the cable right there, so the box. So I'm gonna put the ladders down here so I don't have to walk all the way, and we go from there. Alrighty, I hope they don't have a issue with us not being in line with that light. I wasn't even thinking about that. I could move it over if need be, but it's on. Now, one of the things I've been procrastinating on is the mounts for the TVs. So we're gonna go ahead and at least find the studs, and I think what I'm gonna do is, so that it's not shown here, look for firewalls and possibly run the cables inside the wall, and then open up the back side of this if I need to get into anything, so that way that's not seen. And the TVs will probably cover whatever we're gonna do, but I wanna make sure it's aligned based off of the cross, since that's not going anywhere. Measure off for that, and then we'll see where we can place everything. So let me move this banner here so I can get some good measurements, and then put up a couple of mounts. Alrighty, the mounts are there. Now, one of them is not equal from the cross, mainly because there was no joist, or excuse me, no stud for me to screw into, and I slid it over as much as possible. It's maybe about like 5 inches off. So, and I ended up moving it a little bit higher just in case. Again, I'm 5'5", and I don't want it to be when somebody stands up, their head is slightly in the way of the TV, but I had to be careful that I have enough room that I won't hit anything on the slanted ceiling. So the TVs will be here. Well, they said that all of them will not be available until Saturday. So I'm gonna be down in Hampton, come back. I got a U-Haul at 4 o'clock, pick that up, pick the TVs up. And again, everything is right around the corner. The U-Haul is right around the corner. Best Buy is around the corner. To be able to do that. And I'm tired. What I'm gonna do is see about running a hole in the ceiling for the camera over here. Run that. See about opening up a hole behind that I would try and run this in the wall, but since that's an outside wall, that might give me a little issue. So I'm gonna just go straight up in the ceiling for that one. This one, ceiling's too high, but see if I can go on the other side of that and make sure I'm not inside near a stud, and maybe run the cables down and get those cables through. So those cables will be done. The cameras will be up and out of the way. The TV cables are right on the other side, and the ceiling right there. Pastor stuff is there. Need to figure out how to get into the wall for pastor stuff. Let me see if I can open up a bigger hole in the wall, and I'll put a pass-through plate for that and see if I can get all the cables in there. And my daughter is blowing my phone up. She has a Shark Tank thing at school for her business, so she wants Daddy to be there. So you know Daddy's gonna be there. I'm just waiting for the time, and then I'm gonna take a break, and I'm gonna take lunch early, and then I'll take lunch and then head over to First Baptist, I think that is First Baptist over there in Mechanicsville. Got a meeting with them. And what time is that meeting? That meeting's actually at 2. So I'm gonna get over there and do that. And then I had some packages that got delivered today. They were supposed to be here at like 4 in the morning, but they didn't get delivered till 8. So those are the replacement instrument boxes that I put here, but they're the replacement for the ones that go down to Oxford. So we're gonna go down there Sunday and do that. I get that, give me some food on the way, and then we'll be back over here after my meeting and see what we get done. Again, we gotta run the cable for the TV over in the kitchen, the TV in the entrance, the TV in the back here behind me, camera, 2 cameras, 2 Ethernets. Then all the cables are done on this side, at least for right now, because I still got to run cables for the security cameras on the outside, which I feel may be easy because I see the soffits where everything is outside. I can put there, and then I can just reach over and grab those cables, so that should be pretty good. I might try and see if this ladder gets me high enough. No, I'm not even going to attempt the security cameras until I get my ladder back, so I know I'll be able to get high enough to do everything outside. I'll probably just hook the cameras up temporarily so I can mark them, and then I'll go from there. I'm tired. Oh, I forgot. I uploaded days 2 and 3, but I didn't put all the stuff in place. So I'll do that before I leave. All right, folks, I haven't been recording much, but we got cables and everything ran for the back PTZ. When the grommets come in, I just easily just pull those, put those in place. We got the cable for here ran, and I kind of got an idea where that one is going to be. So we're right at the corner here, so I just got to come up and do that. Need to move the TV higher. I'll probably do that later because that's not that pressing. I have one more cable to run, and that's going to be for the TV over here. We're going to put a hole. If I can go straight up and just run a conduit straight down, that'll be fine for that. I'll probably do that, climb up there one more time to see that, run the cable over for what I did. You know what, I'm just gonna run the cable. I'm just gonna run the hole for this. When I come back tomorrow, that's when I'll climb back up, reposition this cable up here. Then that will be done. Fish the cable for this front TV, which honestly I think should be fairly easy since I know where I'm at up here. fish that, then all of the cables will be done. I need to also drill a hole in pastor's office in that corner so that I can fish the Comcast line that's going to replace this blue one. Again, we already ran it. It's already up there. We just got to make a hole for that. And then I've been sitting back thinking how this is going to be handled. What I'm really thinking I want to do is, I know where that corner is, just compared to how that camera is. If I open up a hole in that corner and run the 2 shielded Cat 5 cables down that corner and run them across here, all this equipment is here, nobody's walking here anyway. We get it right here. I'll have the one converter here for the instruments that will live right there. That'll be fine. And then run that here, tack it down to the step, come back behind here, tack it across this one as well too. And actually, I don't even need to do that because both boxes will live over here, and maybe even run the other one back over in this corner here. And then I just need to run the XLR to that. So we'll just run the XLR, tack it around here, and come here. And then that will be all the cables. That's what I am thinking. Man, just climbing up there just drained me. So again, in here, like I said, we're gonna pull a cable in here, or I could do it in that corner, whichever one is easier to get to. Actually, I don't think this one is going to be easier because of the air conditioning unit, but make one of these. This corner will be fine for the conduit or right there, and then we just run it there and run it across the baseline, but this will probably be the easiest. Put it right in that corner or relatively close to that, put a piece of conduit all the way down there, and it's only one cable that's going here that will go to the Comcast modem / router. That's what I'm thinking. So didn't do as much recording today just because we had a lot of stuff to do. We did get a lot of stuff accomplished, I will say that. So at this point, I want it to be that tomorrow, since I'm not doing the live stream, I'm doing the stuff, my daughter's program. Once that's over, I'll come here, and then that will be knocking out these last 2 cables. Do the one, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna at least drill a hole over here for the PTZ. I'm gonna do that. Nah, I gotta climb up here anyway. So what I'm gonna do is tomorrow, the focus is gonna be TV in the entrance, cable, run it there, maybe move the TV up if we got the time to do it. The main thing is I want to get the cable in the kitchen run that all the way back to the media room, run the other one in the wall for the entrance, take all the cables, especially this one. I just tossed this over there, so I don't have that running down to the media booth yet. Run that down there. While we're up here, pull up the cables here for the speakers, pull that speaker down, see how long the cables are, because unfortunately the cables that I got 100-foot ones, they're not going to be here till Saturday. So Saturday might be a late night, but also after I've run those cables and run the cables for the last PTZ, get that done. And hold on, let me make sure I got the right cables. Am I missing a cable? Because I got that one ran for that. This is going to be for this camera. I feel like I'm missing a cable. This one on the floor, that's going to the kitchen. That's going to get pulled up. What is this other one? Oh, duh, AJ, you got the other one is actually hooked up to the TV right now. There is my other cable. So the one that I need to pull up is already hooked up to the TV. I was tripping. So that's already hooked up. So I do have all the cables. That TV is hooked up. That TV in the back is hooked up. The camera is hooked up. The 100-foot I just put over there is for that camera. So all of my cables are done. I have all of them. So yay, we're good. Like I said, terminate the cable. Have a longer audio cable that's coming in. That's going to pull the audio from the board for the live stream. But I'm thinking about doing, as much as it's going to be a pain, it's probably going to be easier just to pull this cable up, bundle all these cables up, go straight up and come down and go right here. So that would mean the other cable that I ordered that's going to be here delivered today, that, well, you know, we'll just repurpose it for something else. But I think, oh, and then we also got to hang the access point for the sanctuary. That should not be a problem. I'll probably, honestly, what I should do, I should put it right to the side of that. I really should do that, because that would give a good coverage. And then inside the sanctuary, and then that's an easy run to do. So I think I will do that. The grommets will be here today, so all those holes will be covered up. I keep forgetting the plate to cover that up. So yeah, we have to hang the speakers, pull the speaker down, hang them up here, make the holes for those, make sure we can find where those holes are. So when we run the cables on Saturday, all I got to do is run up here, drop the cable, and actually, maybe if I do that and do a pull string, and then I can save my time from having to climb up there. But it's a bunch of stuff that it might get knocked up against. So as much as I don't want to climb up there, we'll do that to make sure it doesn't hit anything. Side camera. Then Saturday, we'll drop the TVs off. So tomorrow, we got, and I know I'm rambling because I want to make sure that I remember what we got going on. The main thing, get the main Ethernet line, drill the hole in the corner of Pastor's office, get that there, which reminds me I also have to get his cable ran in the wall. I got to open up a bigger hole so I can run his cable to his TV. Then that will be done. Ethernet in there, main line for the internet, that's done. Open up a hole on the opposite side of the pillar, and then that's where I will drop the shielded ether, the Ethercon cables for the XLR to Ethernet converters that we have. That will be my snake that will feed over to the front pulpit speakers, the instruments, and all that stuff. Then all of that's done. AJ, still gotta make a hole for the cables for the TVs in the front. Gotta do that. But I mean, that's not that big of a deal because I already have my cables right there. So yeah, that's not nothing major. The only thing major is finding the hole of where that is. Because worst case scenario, I might have to buy some conduit just to hide that cable if they have an issue with that, just like with the cable up there coming down from the camera. I do have some white cable wrap that I was going to use at down in Oxford. That could work, or white conduit, either one. Probably get the conduit faster from Home Depot or Lowe's. So worst case, I'll have a piece of conduit going straight up in the air unless I can get it in the wall, just like I did with these other ones. Then you won't see it at all, and the cable will just come out behind the TVs. Ethercons, PTZ, TVs in the back. Then that's done. Now, the other thing that I have not done, because it was the last thing that was really needed, is to put the 4 security cameras. And the camera that's going to go here in that corner, that's easy because I can see exactly where that is. That's not a problem. So we're probably just going to put one on each corner. So this camera will look this direction. No, I'm gonna look that direction. Gotta make sure we get all the corners. Oh, man. But the other thing I am thinking about doing, I should have ran a secondary cable, because what I think I'm gonna do is, if we add anything else, instead of me running cables all the way from the back of the church to the front, if they go with anything else, new cameras, I'll probably put another switch in the back. So that way I don't have to run everything from back there. I'll just go to like the closet that they have, put everything there. So that'll be an easy run one cable there, and then just put a switch so I don't have to run stuff all over the place. I'll probably do that. I'm tired. So sorry for the short video and not a lot of detailed stuff. I mean, honestly, it's kind of hard to, I have some people say they want me to do stuff long, then I have some people say that they don't like it because it's too long, then some people say they want a second camera, then other people say they don't like the second. I mean, it's like, it's hard to please everybody, and it's pretty much impossible to please everybody. So we're just mixing it up around. So let me shut everything off, mentally prepare for what I need to do tomorrow, pack up the car once I get home so that I know that everything is there. So once I leave for my daughter's stuff, I'll just come straight here. We got a bunch of stuff, 2 TVs to feed, glass camera to feed, line TV in pastor's office, entrance, kitchen, and then Friday, the rack that's going to go up under the desk should be here as well too. So that'll be here tomorrow. So that'll be something else that we do on Friday. And don't tell me I have a meeting that I forgot about or something. Oh, no, it's saying that I was supposed to be here until 9:30. That's what that alarm was. Nah, we not doing that. I'm eyes a little tired from going a little bit longer today. But that's what we got. So we'll see y'all tomorrow afternoon. Later.